Formula One drivers are renowned as the finest drivers in the world, consistently delivering high-quality racing. However, with motorsports come significant risks, and drivers may sometimes exceed their limits, resulting in crashes. Even the most skilled drivers may occasionally make mistakes and push themselves too far. This leads to the question, what is the cost of an F1 crash? In the event of a major accident, F1 teams not only have to dig deep into their pockets, but they also have to decide who is responsible for the bill. Today, we will explore the exorbitant cost of F1 crashes and try to understand why they are so costly. The expenses associated with an F1 crash can be staggering for teams, ranging from $100,000 to $150,000 for minor damages such as a broken suspension or front wing, to several $1,000,000 for more severe wrecks. If multiple cars collide in the same accident, the cost can increase significantly. F1 cars are intricate and contain numerous delicate components that tend to break upon impact, leading to debris scattered across the track after a crash. Let us delve deeper into this subject. Loss of grip is the leading cause of nearly every crash in Formula One. It could be due to various factors, such as road conditions, a tire blowout, or driver error. While minor incidents like a spin may only cost around $2,700 to replace a flat-spotted tire, a major collision can result in millions of dollars in damages. With the current cost cap of $145 million for the 2021 season, team bosses like Christian Horner, Toto Wolff, and Mattia Binotto are increasingly frustrated with writing hefty checks for damage caused by other teams' drivers. However, the actual cost of damages may be contested as there is no insurance or legal action involved in F1 crashes. To shed light on the issue, we will analyze the costs of one of the F1 wrecks from the 2021 season and break down the damaged parts. During their Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix at Imola, on lap 31, there was a costly collision between Imola Russell and Valtteri Bottas. The track was drying out after the rain, creating a challenging situation where the dry racing line was faster, but any slight deviation could lead to disaster. Russell was closing in on Bottas, who had recently fitted new dry tires and was defending his position. As Russell attempted to overtake Bottas on the wet part of the track, their cars made contact, causing Russell's rear tire to hit the slippery white line and collide with Bottas' side. While Bottas squeezed Russell, it was Russell's decision to make the move, and his error caused the crash. The impact happened at a speed of about 180 miles per hour, but the difference in speed between the cars was not significant. However, the collision rendered both cars without brakes and steering, causing them to slide at around 160 mph towards the barrier. Initially, Russell denied responsibility for the crash, but he later admitted his mistake and took responsibility. The collision caused significant damage to the Mercedes car, which included a wheel separation, front suspension and wing damage, and a destroyed monocoque chassis, among others. The wheel separation alone cost around $18,500, while the cost of an entire car's complete suspension was estimated to be between $100,000 and $150,000. The front wing and nose cone assembly costs around $140,000 and is designed to be replaceable during a pit stop. The remaining front suspension, including the inboard components, was also destroyed, costing around $75,000. The car's monocoque chassis, which is the central structure that everything attaches to, is the most expensive part, costing $707,000. Although exact dollar amounts for F1 parts are not easy to come by, it is evident that the collision was very costly. The monocoque chassis is a crucial safety feature that absorbs the impact in significant wrecks, ensuring the driver's safety. In this case, Bottas walked away unscathed, and the car's safety cell fulfilled its purpose. To understand why F1 crashes can be so costly, it's crucial to first examine the high price of F1 cars. These cars are handcrafted and feature sensitive, technologically advanced materials like carbon fiber, which requires thousands of hours to produce. Each car is a one-of-a-kind prototype, even among cars from the same team. Given the significant amount of technology and precision involved in their production, every component of an F1 car is incredibly expensive. The cost of developing an F1 car can range between $150 and $400 million, with each car priced at around $20 million. In an F1 car, the rear differential is incorporated into the gearbox, which is connected to the engine. Therefore, any side impact on the rear wheels can result in the drive shaft smashing into the gearbox differential, causing significant harm to both the gearbox and the engine. The cost of an engine in F1 can be substantial, Only 4 engine manufacturers supply engines to customer teams, including Ferrari. The price is regulated by the FAA with a limit of 12 million euros or roughly 14 to 15 million USD. However, according to F1 Chief Technical Director Pat Simons, no team pays that little, and the cost increases to 18.3 million once additional necessary expenses are factored in. The cost of an F1 accident is determined by which parts of the car are affected. Typically, the suspension, tires, front and rear wings, and floor and barge boards are the most vulnerable and frequently damaged parts. However, more severe accidents can result in damage to the chassis, gearbox, and engine components, which are the most expensive parts of the car. For instance, the collision between Valtteri Bottas and George Russell during the 2021 Emilia-Romagna GP resulted in damages amounting to $1.3 million for Mercedes. The accident caused damage to both external elements of the car as well as some engine and gearbox parts, including the chassis. Recalling F1's most expensive crash at the 1998 Belgian GP start, which was considered one of the most eventful moments in F1 history. Despite the extremely wet conditions, the decision was made to start the race at the scheduled time without a safety car, leading to a fatal accident within the first 15 seconds of the race. David Coulthard lost control of his car on the first corner exit, and his car spun across the track. Due to the low visibility, other drivers couldn't see him, and a chain accident was formed. Many cars crashed into each other, creating a scary pileup of debris and tires. In total, 13 of the 22 cars on the grid were involved in the accident, making it the most expensive crash in F1 history, with an estimated cost of around $13 million. Despite the scale of the accident, there were no serious injuries, which was fortunate and miraculous. However, the accident did result in 4 of the 22 drivers being unable to restart the race, as each team only had one spare car. In the end, Damon Hill emerged as the winner of the race, which was very bumpy and saw only 8 drivers cross the finish line. Insights from F1 drivers, the thrills and dangers of crashing an F1 car. In an insightful video posted on the F1 official YouTube channel, top drivers Pierre Gasly, Lewis Hamilton, Sergio Perez, Carlos Sainz, and Kevin Magnussen offer their first-hand experiences on what it feels like to crash an F1 car. Given the incredibly high speeds that F1 cars can reach, everything happens incredibly quickly. If a driver loses control, it only takes a few seconds before they collide with either the barriers or another car. In these few seconds, the driver can do nothing but brace themselves for impact by contracting their muscles. As a result of the G-forces caused by decelerating so quickly, some crashes can be particularly painful. It's like being in a serious car accident, but multiplied by 5. Once they step out of the car, assuming they are unharmed, drivers often feel frustrated. This is because F1 cars are incredibly expensive and require thousands of hours to build. However, each crash can also be seen as a learning opportunity, helping drivers and their teams improve and perform better in future races. Who foots the bill? When an F1 car crashes, it's the team that owns the car that pays for the damages and repairs. This means that if a driver causes an accident, their team will foot the bill for repairing their car. When multiple cars are involved in a crash, each team is only responsible for the repairs of their own car. However, the cost of crashes has been a source of controversy in the F1 community, especially after the introduction of the cost cap of $145 million for the 2021 season. Team bosses have voiced their frustration about having to pay for damages caused by other teams' drivers, as it puts a strain on their budget. Despite the complaints, no agreement has been reached on the issue. So for now, each team will continue to bear the cost of damages to their cars. It remains to be seen whether a solution will be reached in the future to address the issue of who pays for F1 crashes. Crashing an F1 car is a significant event with multiple factors to consider, especially considering the exorbitant cost of these high-performance vehicles. However, thankfully, advancements in safety measures ensure that most drivers can walk away from a major crash unscathed. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel if you liked the video. Also, click on that tiny bell icon for more Formula One facts and news in the future. Until next time.